Hey, somebody's got to take the books back to the library. You have? Excellent. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. You are listening to the Professional Noticer. Hello, everyone. I'm Andy Andrews. Hey, thank you for making me a part of your week. My purpose here today and with every show we do is to play the part of a best friend or a coach. What I want to help you do is live the life of your wildest dreams by giving you access to some of the greatest mentors the world has to offer today. This week, the Professional Noticer is sponsored by our friends at Tucker ATV, where the variety of power sport products will just blow your mind. They have Hustler turf equipment, the entire line of Echo power tools, and yes, Tucker ATV carries every make and model of Polaris ATVs, the finest in the world. But you have to see the showroom to believe Tucker ATV. The taxidermy, the antique displays, along with a customer service porch indoors with its swing set and comfortable chairs and free coffee and huge television set. It's just awesome. So stop in and meet Shannon or Lisa Tucker, or Shannon and Lisa Tucker. They treat customers like family, which is why folks from 14 states do business with Tucker ATV. Highway 43 North in Jackson, Alabama. Tucker ATV, the small town business with the national reputation. Well, observations and answers. That's what we do here. And sometimes we fight. And that's what's gonna happen today. It's round 2. Baby boomers versus Gen Z. I have a guest. This is the first, Matt, this is the first return guest we've ever had.
That's true.
Yeah. First return guest we've ever had. And I think it's because, well, we like her, but it's also because she beat me at a game last time, and I want another chance. Please welcome our very own Gen Z, Little M, Emily Isbell.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Again, I'm good.
I'm glad you're here, but I'm ready for you this time.
All right.
And I know that you cheated last time.
I did not.
Well, yeah, you did. You got Matt on your side, and Matt is our judge, and Matt gets to say, you know, who gets the point, who wins, who loses, and
Right.
you know, I mean, he just like went your way.
Oh, right. So if you win, then he's on your side.
No. If I win, he keeps his job.
Oh.
No, I think that I do think y'all cheated last time. I think you got together beforehand and said let's let Andy do whatever he wants to do, but just at the end, just say he loses.
Right. Well, I can't confirm or deny that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. What do you have to say for yourself, Matt? Any rules you want to give us as we get started on this second round of Baby Boomer versus Gen Z?
No rules this time.
No rules.
What?
Yep. Gloves are off, baby. That's
All right.
right. Okay. And what we do is we just kind of quiz each other to see, like, what do you know? What kind of knowledge do you have culturally? How culturally literate are you cross-generationally? Okay, we all kind of know our own thing, but how much do you, as Gen Z, know about the baby boomer culture or the things that we enjoyed or appreciated since our time has passed and we're obviously like 1 foot in the grave now and we don't matter anymore? And how much do I know about your generation?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to flip a coin to see who gets to go first.
Cool.
And you get to go first.
All right.
Yes, there you go.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Last time on my first question, remember I accidentally gave it away?
Yeah, I remember.
So that's not going to happen this time.
No. You see, now, you know, just so that everybody's clear on what we're doing here,
Okay.
you know, it's so that Matt is clear as to how to judge this, it's not necessarily an answer to a question as it is an attitude of interest and Okay, let's just see.
Yeah,
if I can
let's just
answer
see
your
what
questions.
happens.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so my first question for you is, what does it mean to be left on red?
To be left on red means that that when you're driving along in traffic and the light changes and you're traveling with a friend and they're ahead of you and you are behind them. And when you drive along and the light turns and that person, instead of just going along and keeping up with everybody like you're supposed to, no, you put on the brakes and you're stuck at the traffic light, so you have been left on red.
That was actually a really good guess. Like, really good. I almost wish that that's what left on red meant.
I think it will be from now on.
Yeah, but the traditional meaning among my generation.
Traditional. There's nothing
Yes.
traditional, Lindsay. Okay, go ahead. She's 7 years old. How could you have a tradition? Go ahead.
Y'all, I'm 19. But left on red means, so if I was texting you, right, and then you opened it, and then you, like, just didn't answer me, but then you just kept going on, but you read it, then you were leaving me on red. So that's what it means to be left on red. So now we have things called read receipts, too. Do you know what those are?
No.
Okay, read receipts are if you had read it, but you had your read receipts turned on, I could actually see that you read it in the time that you read that text.
Yeah. Okay, I know that.
Yeah.
That's something I make sure is off on my phone. And it's also something I never tell anybody when they have theirs on. Because a lot of times people don't know they have it on.
I know. I have mine on, and I want to turn them off now that I'm remembering. But that's what it means to be left on red.
To be left on red. I
Yes.
like my answer better. Give me credit for that answer, Matt. I get credit.
All right, are you ready?
I am. I just want to ask if you have ever watched any of these three shows:
Okay.
Taxi, MASH, or Frasier.
No, but I have heard of Frasier. And my mom's maiden name is Frasier.
That's why you've heard
And we
of it.
used to go to a church called Frasier. So
So that's why
I'm
you've heard-
familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you've never heard of Taxi
I have heard of it, but barely.
because we were talking about
Yeah,
it.
because we talked about it earlier.
Okay. Have you ever heard of MASH?
Yes. Yes. But there's also I think there's another show out now called MASH. So I don't know if it's the one you're talking about. I think
Really?
it's like a social media series
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's not what
that
you're talking
doesn't
about. Yeah.
count. Yeah. See, there's something that has gone out of your cultural education if you haven't seen MASH.
Well, what is it? Like, what's it about?
I feel stupid even answering that question.
Really?
What's it about? Do you know? I mean, MASH. This was like one of the highest rated shows in the history of television. Their final episode is a 30-minute show. Okay, but their final episode was 2 hours long. And
Wow.
it was one of the biggest, like, in history of Nielsen ratings, but it was set during the Korean War, and it's a MASH unit, a mobile army surgical hospital.
Okay.
And so it's doctors and crazy people, and it was perfect for a show because it always had people coming in and out.
Right.
And so anyway, it was great, and it holds up because it was a period piece. It was kind of a historical thing, and so even when we were watching it, we weren't watching it thinking that it was modern.
Right.
It's set back then, so it's great. Taxi, I have always loved, and Frasier. To this day, you need to watch Frasier because that is one of the best written shows in the history of television. I
Really?
mean, the people whoever wrote Frasier, it was unbelievable. And I have always thought that now the guy who played the dad, he's passed away, but the other cast members are still here. And I always thought, man, if they just would take a couple of those episodes and take it on the road and do a live version of it as
Cool.
a play, because the whole thing was kind of like a play. It was like this British farce kind of thing, even though it wasn't British. It's set in
Right.
Seattle. But it is so funny because it is so well written, and the two brothers are just sniping at each other, and it's just they're both incredible actors. So you need to watch that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Polly and Austin, Adam, and I will sit down and watch a Frasier every now and then.
Cool.
It's really good.
Cool.
So, okay, your turn. I just want to find
Okay.
out if you knew that.
No, yeah. Okay, so, and this is kind of like a interesting answer, but can you take a guess at what the top 3 categories are that Gen Z spends their money on?
Huh.
You got to think hard
Coffee.
about this. Okay, coffee.
I would say coffee. Fake fingernails of different colors.
Like mine?
Yeah,
These-
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I think maybe. I mean, most of the people that I know that are Gen Z, they're not spending their own money anyway.
That was bad.
Well, I mean, you are an exception. You know, you're an exception because you're like making money. You're out there kicking butt and doing great.
Trying.
So I think probably I'll say coffee,
Coffee, nails.
gifts for other people,
Okay.
and manicure stuff.
Manicures. Okay. We have, and I don't know for sure if I should say the website, but I'll just say it. This is information I got from ngpf.org. But it said that 75% of Gen Zers spend more than half of their monthly income on clothes, apps, and entertainment, topping their shopping list. In the U.S. alone, consumer spending on Gen Zers totaled to a whopping $829.5 billion in 2015.
Wow.
I know.
So how much of that is spent on entertainment?
Well, it says they spend over half their monthly income, so like 1/3 of it, roughly, since there's 3 things. That's just my guess.
There is a quote, and I can't remember where this came from, but I remember perking up when I heard this, and it said and it was comparing America to Rome, and it said that when a society gets to the point that the one of the biggest economic engines is entertainment, they're doomed.
Really?
Yeah, because it's more about pleasure than it is work. It's more
Right.
about pleasure than it is giving, and so that kind of freaks me out when you say
Yeah.
so much of that, and then it's like billions of dollars. But you think about it, man. You think about how into sports and movies and television
And now we have the whole online audience too. So, I mean, you can make so much money if you
Right.
get into that. So,
See, it's funny because your generation. You're talking about your generation spending money, and here you go. Yeah, you can make some money. Which I think
That's where
good.
my head goes.
People like you give me hope for your generation. All right, have you ever cranked a window in a car?
yes.
You have.
Yes.
When?
In the Jeep, we have a Jeep, and we crank the window in that vehicle.
Ever used a typewriter,
Yes.
like a real one?
I haven't used it for anything I've needed to do, but I've been able to type on it before.
She never used it for anything she needed to do.
I don't
I
just
think she gets a demerit for that.
I don't just walk in the room and go, "Hey guys, I got to go right on my typewriter."
Right. Well, I mean, we used to do that. Used to have to type our stuff.
Did you have to take a typing class in
I
school?
did take a typing class.
Yeah. Did you like it, or were you one of the kids that didn't?
No, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And I sat beside Mark Jacobs at Berry High School, and I think I got up to 23 words a minute.
Look at you.
And to this day, I consider it probably the most useful class that I took.
I actually really liked it too.
Yeah.
And I became friends with my teacher, but me and Austin had the same typing teacher.
Really?
And her name was so crazy. I don't know, can I say it?
Sure.
It's like a cool name, but it's like long. We would all call her Miss G because it was such a just insane name to say. But her name is Miss Gerstenslager.
Gerstenslager.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I'd call
So
her Miss G too.
yeah. But anyways.
Call her Miss G. Okay, give me something.
Okay. What is a mukbang? Or some people pronounce it a mukbang, but I say mukbang.
A mukbang, I pronounce it mukbang.
Oh, okay.
And so a mukbang is like there are in Canada, up in Canada, in the tundra, in the summertime, it kind of thaws. That permafrost thaws,
Right.
and creates what they call muck. It's really mud, grass, that kind of thing.
Right.
And the Indian tribes from years ago, the Native Canadians, I guess it would be, they in their what do you call their ceremonies?
Okay.
They would smoke, different kinds of weeds, and they would do it in what we know as a bong. They
Right.
wouldn't call it that.
Right.
Okay? But you can, if you're like doing some archaeological digging or wherever, you can find them there. And they're a lot. They cost a lot of money on eBay to get a
Right.
mukbang.
You're actually right. Like, you're right. He guessed right. No, I'm just kidding. I wish you could. But you're going to be like, really? But what it is, it's a trend on social media. It's kind of died down a little bit, but it was very popular on YouTube. So what we would do if we were going to do one is we would drive through like the Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, whatever, Taco Bell drive-thrus, get as much food as we could, like more than we can even eat, right? And you take all that food and you go sit down at a table, you put the camera up, you record it, and you eat in front of the camera and just talk about how the food tastes. That's what that is. And it's a trend. And people would post these videos and they would get millions upon millions upon millions of views for people eating food in front of the camera. And just kind of saying if they thought it tasted good or not.
So,
Andy, if you weren't worried about the entertainment before, I think that's something to be worried about.
yeah, I mean, I struggle to get people to read the books. I struggle to get people to watch the shows. And here's somebody eating a taco,
Yes.
getting millions of views. And I don't know if I'm more worried about the person that's eating the taco or the people that don't have anything better to do than watch somebody eat a taco.
I know. I never really understood the trend, and I never wanted to make one myself, and I never really got interested in watching them. Honestly, I think they're kind of gross because you just listen to people like chew. So anyways, not going to make you think about that, but it's just not, it's not
Wow.
funny.
Well, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's something I totally did not know about. I tell you, you can certainly be proud of your generation for that one. Have you ever used a paper map?
Yes. For the first time the other day. Like, first time. So it was whenever I was out of town. I went on a trip with my family.
Right, and why did you use a paper map?
We didn't have cell service. So we couldn't like load in GPS directions. So we had to use a paper map anytime that we wanted to go anywhere. Right. So I learned
did
how to...
Did you feel like Wilma Flintstone or something?
It was weird. It was very weird. I told my mom, I was like, this is the first time that I've ever used one of these. And she was like, really? But it was funny. So I learned how to use it.
What about an encyclopedia?
Yes. Aren't you surprised? I've done all these
I really
things.
am, but
Yeah.
you got cool parents, and so they're raising you well. And you ever used a payphone?
I haven't ever used it, but I've been around them. Yeah. I mean, I've seen them used in like movies in the dramatic scenes.
Oh, you've seen them used in movies?
Yeah, where it's like the dramatic scene in the rain where the ex calls the girl and is like, I miss you.
Right.
Yeah, where it's
or
like
where
raining.
the guy like changes clothes and flies out of it with a cape. Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about like romantic movies though.
Yeah. Well, Superman was romantic.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Lois Lane. You know?
True.
And it got even crazier when there was Lana Lang.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah, because you
I watched Smallville.
You watched Smallville.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I've got a bunch of questions to ask you in a series.
Okay.
And so, but give me a couple first.
Okay.
I really like yours. I'm learning. From
I have
yours.
some slang.
I'm going away from here with a great knowledge of mukbang.
Yes. So I have a lot of slang I can hit you with.
All right.
So what is a glow up? So in a sentence, right? I could say that.
Oh, glow up.
No. Like I could say I had a glow up.
Oh,
Right?
It's like it's not embarrassed. You're not embarrassed, but you're excited, and so your face reddens.
And I'm glowing?
Yeah.
Okay. No. A glow up is like, so from me and how I looked in middle school to me and how I look now, I would consider that a glow up because I look better now. Like I've like grown up. So I have looked better as I've grown up. So I'm
you've
glowing
grown up. So rather than saying you've grown up,
Yes.
you want to just change the word.
You say that you glowed up because you look better.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Next. Ready? Mm-hmm. We have, what does it mean? What does tea mean in a sentence? You have to hear it in a sentence. If I came up to you and I was like, spill the tea, what does that mean? Are you at a loss for words?
She's like making this up.
I'm not. No, this is real.
She's making this stuff up.
Nope.
Mukbang, spill the tea.
It's true.
Here's one. What does it mean to you when I say, hey, paper your head? What does that mean to you?
Are you being for real?
Oh, sure, yeah.
No. You just made it up.
Just making stuff up. I don't know.
I could give you a legitimate reason, though, for paper your head. I really can, from your generation. If you want to hear it real quick.
Okay.
I can give you a fake answer to your fake.
No, I don't want
Yeah.
no. So tell me what
What it means?
Yeah.
Spill the tea, it's like another way for saying the gossip. Like, let me in on the gossip. Tell me, tea is like gossip. Spill the gossip. I don't know. It just started trending last year. So people keep on using that as a word for gossip. So,
It's true. I've started hearing it on TV.
yeah. It's on TV. It's all over YouTube. It's all over Instagram. It's on Snapchat.
I don't know if I feel bad about it being left out or I feel
Relieved.
relieved. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's a good. I might feel relieved that I don't know some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you that.
So, all right, give me another one.
Okay. What does it mean to be salty?
You cuss a lot.
Okay, that's actually a good guess, but no. To be salty means you're jealous or irritated about. So I'm salty about that. I'm irritated. Whatever.
I'm salty about that.
Yeah.
Why so salty? Boy, you seem salty today.
Actually, though, those are real things that have been said.
Let me give you a quick series.
Okay.
And then ask me more, and then
Oh, boy.
I'll give you. This is going to be, and I want to know if you know what this is.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm just going to give you a series.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning cereal.
Saturday morning cereal?
Like if I said a Saturday morning cereal, chapters 1 through 15, would you know what that means?
No, I would not.
So when we were growing up, they would have these like kid dramas.
Okay.
And they would be like, like Annette Funicello and Cubby out on a horse ranch, and you would see and then next week you'd see the next chapter of it. And it was kind of like a soap opera for kids in a way, but they were called Saturday morning serials.
Interesting.
All right. Flypaper?
No.
You don't know what flypaper is. It's what they used to do before they had insecticide. This would be strips of the sticky stuff. And it would be down in grocery stores or outside restaurants, and there'd be flies all over it because it's like
Ew.
some kind of gummy stuff that would attract them, and flies would stick on it and die.
Ugh.
So,
In restaurants?
yeah,
So you'd like eat next to that? Mm-hmm. Ew.
yeah. Penny loafers, you know what penny loafers are?
Yes.
You're saying yes.
Yes, but no.
You don't know what a penny loafer is?
Is it like a shoe? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
But do you know, like, why it's called a penny loafer?
No. You're wearing it, right?
No, not. I wondered if it was. Penny loafers, they have this little notch on the top of the loafer,
Okay.
and teenagers used to put a penny in there. Huh. Penny loafers.
Interesting.
All right. Have you heard of Lucky Strike cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay, but have you heard of Lucky Strike Green?
No.
All right, Lucky Strike Green is what the original Lucky Strikes were.
Okay.
But when World War II started, all the green paint, all the green pigment, all that stuff was used by the Army.
Okay.
And so a lot of companies had to give up. They couldn't get it. And so Lucky Strike was, it was Lucky Strike Green. Or they were in green packages. They didn't call them Lucky Strike Green at that time, but it was in green packages. And so when they couldn't get it anymore, they went to red, and they used it as a positive and said, Lucky Strike Green has gone to war.
Oh.
We're supporting the troops. Lucky Strike Green has gone to
Okay.
war. All right. You ever seen anybody with a flat top?
A flat top? What is that?
Flat top is
Okay.
it's a haircut. It's about, how you see the kids that get their haircut for the summer real short?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a buzz cut, but a flat top would be a buzz cut, except that it was straight. It was flat. Flat on the top. Look it up sometime. You see pictures of it, but it's like flat. And they brush their hair straight back with some like Brill cream or something. You know what
Wow.
Brill cream is?
No.
Oh, a little dabble do you? Let's see. That's what they would say. Brill cream, a little dabble do you?
Oh,
it's
wow.
like hair stuff. Let's see. Studebaker. You know where Studebaker is?
No.
Okay, it's a car. Do you remember? I know you know what Pepsis are, but do you remember the commercial where they would go, "Say Pepsi, please"?
No. Oh, this is so weird.
So you don't remember these?
No.
Okay.
This is before my lifetime.
Right, all right. So just going to go down the list here. How about cigar bands? Like wearing cigar bands as rings?
No.
Has your dad ever worn his socks like rolled down?
You know what? Actually, I think that he did whenever I was a kid. And there's old pictures with white socks that are rolled down, like that much left,
Yeah.
but they're like rolled over.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay.
I did that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you know what it would mean? Somebody say sticks, no plugs.
No.
If you were from the city, if you would say sticks, no plugs, because sticks were cigarettes and plugs were like chewing tobacco, and people from the city did not chew chewing tobacco; they used sticks, no
Okay.
plugs.
All right.
All right, so you ever seen an aviator cap on a kid? I've got a great picture of
On
that.
a kid?
On a kid. Aviator cap with the flaps that would like button down. Yeah, they could button up or button down.
No.
You see, you need to look up some of this stuff. Do you remember, you've seen Dixie cups.
Yes.
You ever seen any kind that had the movie stars on them?
Movies like celebrities?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I used to have those. Knickers. Remember knickers?
No.
So you're looking at me like I don't mean underwear knickers.
Yeah.
That's what British people call underwear, but no, these are like half pants. I guess you would call them capri pants.
Oh,
today. But
yeah.
they were knickers, and they come to your knees, and you'd see, young kids wear them.
Yeah.
Or, Casey Kasem. You don't know Casey Kasem?
Is that like a person?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Casey Kasem, American Top 40. You know, hi, I'm Casey Kasem for American Top 40. And hit number 39. And he would, every week, would count down the biggest hits, the hit parade.
Okay.
And so, and it would...
Matt, do you know who that is? Do you know who?
Come on, dude, you got to know who Casey Kasem is.
I didn't, when you first said the name, I had no idea. But then after you saying about the radio, I think at some point in my life I had heard the reference, but still didn't know what it was. But I'm gonna have to say no.
Huh. See?
And you would always you tell these little creepy little stories. You know, it'd be like, it would be like, I heard today from Marilyn in Kansas about a little lost dog she had, and the dog has now come back. And so for Marilyn from Kansas, here's hit number 36 from Kansas, Dust in the Wind. And so, he would give these creepy little intros to the thing. Huh. But he also did a voice on Scooby-Doo. So,
whose voice?
Which one was it? I think it was Shaggy.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yikes. Let's see. How about grape Truade?
No.
That's a grape drink. Yeah, man, I'm just killing you on this. Sadie Hawkins Dance.
Yes.
You guys still have those.
Yes,
right?
yes. Girls ask the boys.
Ducktail hair. You know what ducktail hair is?
Is that whenever it sticks up like a duck's tail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. And do you know what peg in your pants?
What?
Peg in your pants? Mm-mm. Back like in the 50s.
Look at Matt's laughing so hard right now.
You don't know what that is?
I don't. It just sounds weird.
It does sound kind of weird, yeah. But back in the in the 50s, for some reason, it was cool to show your skinny legs. And so kids would buy jeans.
Okay.
And they wanted them where what we would call flood pants, they're way above showing their white socks.
That's what I got on.
Okay, but what they would do is take the seam out on either side and then sew it tighter. They're pegging them in, to make them grip a little tighter around their ankles to make their legs look skinnier. That's pegging your pants.
Interesting.
Do you ever watch Howdy Doody?
No.
You ever listen to Tutti Frutti?
No.
Have you ever seen a woman with a seam on the back of her hose?
No.
You don't remember any of those? Mm-mm. Okay. One more.
Go for it.
Few here, and then I'll take some. But I've got a list here. James Dean.
Yes, heard of James Dean.
Now I'm not talking about the guy with the sausage.
Okay.
Okay, I'm telling you, the movie star James Dean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard about James Dean
King.
in a song.
Really? Where?
Yes. It's a song called Classic by MKTO or MTKO or something like that. But they have a song where they say, looking like the new James Dean.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know that there was a whole period of time that nobody watched movies on Sunday?
What?
Nobody watched movies on Sunday.
Why?
Well, first of all, no stores were open on Sunday.
Uh-huh. But what if you already had it?
Had what?
The movie. Like a video store.
Yeah, well, nobody had video stores.
Okay.
Little M.
Some people did, right?
No, they didn't exist. Okay, nobody had videos. Nobody could watch on demand.
Mm-hmm.
Movies were at the theater.
Right.
But not on Sunday.
They were closed on Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
So what if you were only off on weekends?
That's just, you better go on Saturday.
That's so sad.
Because let me just say this, Sunday movies, that was taboo.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. Prize and Cracker Jacks?
Yes. Gotten several of them, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get your own car when you were 16?
No, I saved up and bought it whenever I was 17.
Good for you. Bought your own car.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So
I paid for half of it. My dad said that he would match
you
whatever I
matched
saved.
it. He did the Dave Ramsey thing, right?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. So what? So for a while there, you did ask Daddy for the keys.
To drive, he got a really old Ford F-150 truck, and that's what I drove while I was 16 to work. And my little brother Corey just turned 16, and he's going to be doing the exact same thing. So yes, and then we have a year to save, and then at the end of 16, that's whenever we start looking for cars.
Cool. Very cool. That's a good family tradition. So Boogeyman, remember the Boogeyman?
Yes,
Where was your Boogeyman?
I didn't believe in the boogeyman.
You didn't? Okay.
I like to
Did you ever
sleep
have
in
a
peace.
lemonade stand?
Yes, I did. And I did car washes. And I have a really funny story. One time, me and my friends, we would walk around and we would try and get the neighborhood people to let us wash their cars, right? And we would kind of put them on the spot, like hit them hard and fast so that then they couldn't say no. And so one time I tried to do that with this guy, and I was like, hey, I'll wash your car. It's only like $10 or whatever. And he was like, no, and you can't touch my car. And I asked him, I was like, well, what would happen if I touched your car? And he told me that there was an electricity field around his car. And so if I touched it, it would electrocute me and I would die. And so he told me that, and he was like, I'm sorry, I wish I could turn it off, but I can't. So you can't wash my car. And so for the rest of the time that we lived there, me and my friends would just avoid that street because we were always scared we would accidentally touch the car.
Touch the car. That guy, that was pretty good. Do you still have your tonsils or no?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah. Everybody used to get them taken out. Everybody. I got mine taken out when I was 2.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what an Indian burn is?
Yes.
Okay.
Given a few of them.
Did you play softball?
No.
No. What happens if you get 4 foul balls?
I have no idea, and I don't want to sound.
You're out. You're out.
You're out. There you go.
We talked about sticks. Do you know what a cigarette load is?
No.
It's the thing it was a little thing that you could stick up in somebody's cigarette, and it would like, pow! It would like blow up and blow the cigarette up like right in their face.
That's funny.
Lucky Stars. You heard about Lucky Stars?
No.
No?
No.
Never heard. It's about save your lucky stars or, thank your lucky stars. Never heard?
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
You can remember back that far.
Oh, I remember saying thank your lucky stars. Yes, heard that.
All right. So your turn. I'm going to finish this out and
All right.
destroy you.
Oh,
Rest of my life.
I pretty sure you
I pretty much
won't.
I won that round.
No, I got several of those.
Yeah, that's right. You got several out of about 500. Go ahead.
Anyways, okay, what is, and me and Matt were talking about this earlier, what is a stan? What does it mean to be a stan?
A stan?
S-T-A-N, stan.
It means to be like a straight man, like Laurel and Hardy. Stan, Laurel, and Oliver Hardy. And Oliver Hardy was the funny one, but Stan, Laurel, was more the straight man. So it means to be just kind of a stiff, kind of a straight man, not very funny. You're Stan.
All right. No. To be a stan, it actually combines 2 words. It combines the words stalker and fan. A stan is a super fan of something or someone, but sometimes it is or isn't on a creepy level. So, yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Who comes up with this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, Matt, we talked about this earlier, and we were talking about how I found out
You're sucking up to the judge.
It originates.
Hey, Matt, remember we were talking about this?
No. This is good. This is good. Listen, it originates from a song, actually. So Matt brought up that a rapper actually wrote and did a song called Stan about his experience with an obsessive fan, and it's super creepy. And so that's actually where that slang term comes from. So. I know.
I thought maybe it was a derogatory term for somebody from the Middle East.
No.
Pakistan, Kazakhstan. No, you're a Stan.
No.
So, no? Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay, what does fit mean?
It means you've exercised a lot, you have good heart rate,
Right.
and your cholesterol is fine, you are fit.
Not the slang term. The slang term of fit is a short way to say outfit. So if I told you, your fit looks really good today, then I'm saying, your outfit. Normally, though, that's not how I would say it. It would be like, I like the fit, because it's like a short way to say something.
You know what I
So-
would say if you said that to me?
What?
Say, don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me in a stupid language.
At least it's a compliment.
But I'm being nice.
I'm being nice. We
Being
kind of
nice.
matched today, so, you know.
Yo, you fit.
Plus.
Looks good. God almighty.
Well, you added yo. We probably wouldn't say yo.
You wouldn't say yeah?
No.
Good. No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, next I have another more detailed question. What is the main way that Gen Z likes to learn? This one just is interesting to me.
Audible.
Audible? Okay, this is from joinnac.com. They said that Gen Z desires learning that is self-paced, self-directed, and independent with a freedom of what and how they want to learn. They also look to maximize their time with active learning, and we apparently prefer engagement in the classroom over lectures because we would rather learn by doing, so hands-on learning, basically. And we want to be in control of it. Isn't that interesting? That's why I think so many kids do online school.
It's not just interesting, it's telling.
Really? Why is that?
Can I see that and read that part?
Sure. Bottom part right here.
Okay. What was your last question?
Huh? No, I'm bouncing around.
Okay. All right. Well, you only get one more, and then I'm closing this out.
All right.
But the reason I say that is telling is because they desire learning that is self-paced, self-directed, and independent with the freedom of what they learn and how they learn. That means nobody going to tell me what to learn. Nobody's going to tell me what's important.
Right.
Nobody, I'm just going to learn what I want to learn.
Right.
And I think it's telling, because there's now you are not like this, but there is a challenge with a whole generation of people that they'll graduate from college but can't get a job because they're not equipped to do anything.
Right.
I mean, literally not equipped. And from your parents and from being here, I mean, you know that. I mean, you and I've talked that like
Right.
we look for somebody that's fun to be around, that can be a member of the team,
Right.
that is that can have some discipline, has self-discipline, they can control their the way they act, and if I can find somebody like that, well, you can learn what to do,
Right.
Okay, but as you know, you got to learn what people need, okay, but it's like I see people. And this sounds really, what I'm about to say sounds really tacky.
Okay.
But there used to be this, and this might be a good question for this. Do you remember a marketing series for Bud Light, and it was called Real American Heroes?
Actually, yes.
You do?
Vaguely.
I've got 79 of those commercials that are on a disc because I was in a studio one day and the guy said, "Yeah, I've got all those." And I'm like, "Dude, download those for me." They were really short commercials, and it would be this groovy singer, "Real American Heroes," and then this voice guy would go, "Here's to you, Mr. So-and-so," and so, but there was a line in there in one of them that I always thought was so funny because it's "Here's to you, Mr. Coffee Cup Coffee Pourer," And he goes, real American heroes. And he goes, what do you do with an art history degree? You put a ring in your nose and pour coffee for a living. And it was so funny because, you think, wow. Because you hear about people going and getting degrees and you kind of think, what are you going to do with that?
Right.
And so, I don't know. I think there's probably...
See, but I could argue either side for
I kind of can too.
Yeah.
Because I think there's some wisdom in that too. Because I think that a lot of the things that we require young people to learn are useless too.
Right.
I mean,
I'll
in
agree.
Alabama, you can't get out of high school without Algebra 2. Not just 1-year algebra, Algebra 2.
Right.
Okay? And so we've got kids, we got a ton of kids in Alabama. They can do Algebra 2. Now, they can't balance their checkbook.
Right.
They couldn't be a bookkeeper. I mean, most of them, at McDonald's, they have pictures of what the change is.
Right.
If something is this much, you give them a nickel.
Right.
But they got Algebra 2.
I know. I took all the way up to advanced calculus, and I was in a college class for calculus my
Right.
senior year, and the last end of my senior year, I kind of was starting to realize that I wanted to go a little bit of a different way, and I didn't want to go to college, and I wanted to try things differently. And I'm so happy that I did. Everybody else in my class was going to school, though, so I was feeling a lot of pressure in general from that. But my teacher found my videos that I make for fun, right? She found my YouTube videos.
Right.
And she came up to me in the lunchroom, and I won't talk about who she is, and there's lots of teachers, but she was very upset about it and said that I needed to rethink that part of my life and that it was affecting my grade and that I wasn't going to get anywhere with it. And I remember in that moment, and I was already, senioritis was very much there, so I was already basically over school. But I was really nice to her, but I basically said that I learned more, and I found more value long-term from that over her class. And I told her she is a great teacher and that it has nothing to do with her. I was really respectful, but I just wanted to kind of explain that where I could learn a lot was there. And so I think that there is a lot to say, though, for what they have you learn, because I don't know how to balance a checkbook even now. That's something that I have to learn.
Oh, come on. I mean, you do change and stuff in there and all. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm learning a lot about
You can
everything,
balance.
but
Now, I'm saying a lot of people can't.
right.
You could.
Right.
I haven't balanced a checkbook in 40 years. I haven't written a check in 40 years.
Right.
Because, I have somebody doing that.
Right.
Right? And 30 years. And so, but you can, I can. I know
Right.
how to do the math.
Right.
And so, but I really, things have changed so much. And it's like Austin. I mean, Austin said, when he was in the 11th grade, and I was thinking he's leaning away from this.
Right.
I said, so what are you thinking? And he said, well, why do people go to college? And I said, to get a degree? He said, right. Why do they want a degree? And I said, to get a job, get a good job.
Right.
He said, right. I don't want a good job. I want to create jobs for other people.
Right.
And he said, Dad, if I was going to be an attorney, a doctor, or a teacher, or an accountant, I'd have to have a degree to do that.
Right.
He said, but to do business, he said, I've already checked, and I can go and take any single class I want to take at any college. I can just take it and pay for the class. He said, but I have no desire to have a 6-figure loan to have to deal with
Exactly.
and Yeah, didn't have any desire to do the fraternity stuff and
Right.
all like that.
That just honestly, in my opinion, I didn't do that because I feel like that would just throw me off
Right.
by a lot. Like that for me, like I know that would just take a lot for me to get back on track and figure out what I wanted all over again and everything. So I totally understand what he's saying. And actually, I learned because I'm in that marketing world.
Yep.
And like I love content and everything. And I learned.
Hey, you're full time with us.
Exactly. So, that's a whole other thing within itself that I'm so grateful for. But I actually learned that if I wanted to, I could go online and take a course that lasts about 4 months and I could get a certification in digital marketing. And whenever they send me my certificate, it will say digital marketing degree.
Yeah.
It will say degree. And it's only like $25 a month.
Yeah, but I got to tell you this. Do you know how much that digital marketing degree means to me?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Experience does.
That's right.
And so that's what
I look at you and I go, can she do this?
Right.
Can she be a part of this team? Can
Right.
she work on her own?
Right.
Okay, come on. And and the teacher that was so good at math, there are, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but there are limited prospects for her. There's a limited area in which she can work.
Right.
You, they're in a place that, we're fortunate to have you, because you could go anywhere. And so we're just trying to be nice to you and trying to let you win games like this so that
goodness
you'll
gracious.
stay with us. All right, ask me one more
Sorry,
question.
we trailed. Okay, so let me pick a good one. Okay. Oh, this one's fun. Okay. Who is One Direction? You have to know this.
One Direction is a musical group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you name one of their songs? This is I need you to know there's a lot on the line here for like me continuing to like you because
Really?
they were my favorite band for years.
Mine too. I just thought they were so great.
Good.
And when they broke up, I said,
Do you really remember No, you don't. You're
One
messing
Direction?
with me. Stop it.
Of course I do.
Stop it.
And the reason
Don't mess with me.
I am not going to even say one of their songs because it just makes me so sad. I would be so sad.
You are so mean.
I just don't like to think about it.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to let you off the hook for that.
But I do remember them.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were good. They were good. I loved them.
Give me a couple of their songs.
I know too many. I'm ashamed at how many that I know. But their number one that blew
I know
up.
too many. I'm ashamed. I know too many.
You wouldn't know if I was But they were awesome. So anyways, I liked them. They were one of my first big concerts.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hit me with it.
You know what a fender skirt is?
No.
Petticoats?
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever heard anybody say mum's the word? Mum is the word.
No.
That means don't tell anybody.
What?
Mum's the word.
How does that equal don't tell anybody?
I'm not sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Not
Well,
sure.
I guess that's the
That's
same
one of those
for our stuff.
generational things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those generational things.
Yeah.
Mum's the word. I mean, I don't know what it means, but I don't know where it came from.
Right.
But I know
It happened.
what it means.
Right.
And I remember my dad saying something about our music and going, you can't even, those words are stupid. Those words are stupid. And I looked at my dad and said, oh, yeah, your generation's songs were brilliant. I mean, I still can't, I just can't get over the brilliance of a wop, baba, loop, hop, a wop, bang, boom. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, mum's the word. Let's see. You know what heel taps were?
No.
Heel taps were these metal things people put on the back of their shoes. And I remember Virgil Hurley walking down the hallway at our church. And he must have been like 14. I
Okay.
was like 6. And I thought he was the coolest thing I'd ever seen because he would drag his heel when he'd walk and he'd go, I'd hear that. You know, it's like, man. And so I started walking like that. So for a long time, when I would have to get new shoes, the back of my heel, because I didn't have the heel tabs, they were just like but they would be carved off. You know,
Oh my goodness.
Drug them off. Let's see. Have you ever heard somebody say he's a real gone cat?
No.
You don't remember that? Okay. Dancing close. Do y'all dance close? You know, or you just like?
Do we dance close together? Not during
It's hard
COVID.
it's hard to dance close apart.
Yeah, it's hard to even do anything now because, you know,
Little moron
everything's
jokes?
canceled. Huh?
Little moron jokes.
Moron jokes?
You don't remember any of that?
No.
Yeah, it used to be like they figure out what did the little moron say to so and so.
Oh.
That would, you know,
No.
cooties.
Yes.
You know what cooties
Oh,
are?
yes. Yes.
Ovaltine.
No.
Were you a big rider, like going to the fair? Remember the whip?
No.
Charles Atlas course.
No.
That was always on the back of comic books, you know, and it would show this skinny guy with this big, you know, big bully coming up at the beach. The skinny guy is there with his girlfriend. The bully would come up and kick sand in his face. And then he would go take it. It was this little cartoon. It was on the back of comic books. And the skinny guy would then go and take a Charles Atlas course. And he would come back to the beach. And he was all muscled up. And he'd punch the bully out. It was a
Wow.
Charles Atlas course. What was Roy Rogers' horse name?
Worst name?
What was his name? His horse's name. Do you know who Roy Rogers was? Oh, help me, Jesus. Oh, my God. You don't know who Roy Rogers is? Roy
No.
Rogers, Dale Evans?
No.
No? Yeah, Roy Rogers, king of the Cowboys, you know.
I've heard you talk about Roy Rogers, but I've never known who he is.
Yeah, and his horse was named Trigger.
That's a pretty great name.
Trigger. The hat over there, now I knew Roy Rogers, and I knew him as he was getting very old. And so the hat over there, look at it when we get through. It's in the glass case out there in the studio. And I asked Mr. Roy if he would sign his hat for me, you know. And so he did. And he signed it to Andy. Happy Trigger. Roy Rogers. And I was like, thank you so much. Because the thing was Happy Trails.
Right.
The thing is Happy Trails to you until we meet again.
Right.
And but Trigger was his horse.
Okay.
And so I've got the only hat
That says
signed Happy Trigger. Yeah. So
That's funny.
let's see. Only the shadow knows. You ever heard that?
No.
Who knows what lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. It's this old radio show.
That's a radio
It
show?
was an old radio show, yeah.
Wow.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? And then there'd be a lot of reverb and the shadow knows. It was kind of crazy. Let's see. So only the shadow knows, but you don't remember those.
No.
Okay. Here, one more little. Clark Gable.
Clark Gable.
You're just staring at me.
You just say these names, I don't know who they
You don't
are.
know that? Okay, he was Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind.
Okay, I haven't seen Gone with the Wind, but I know about it, so
Okay. You
That's
ever
one
had
I have
anybody
to do.
frog your arm?
what? Is that like putting a frog on my arm?
What? No, it's not like a literal frog.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm sure nobody would do that now because you probably get expelled for frogging somebody in the arm. Matt, do you know what frogging somebody in the arm means? No.
Look at him
It's
go.
like taking a knuckle
Ooh.
like that and going, boom,
Ow.
popping them right there in that muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Split that muscle.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a frog in
You're
your arm.
right.
I've had one.
And it would be like almost like a funny bone feeling right there in the, see the boom,
Oh.
the frog in your arm. Yeah, baby, frog in your arm. You got a boyfriend, right?
Yes.
So you guys pitch woo?
What? I don't want to know what does it
Pitch
mean?
and woo. Pitch and woo means, dating. You pitch and woo.
Yes.
Okay, you pitch woo. All right. Let's see. So, are you and your boyfriend going steady?
Are we going steady? Yes.
Okay.
We're about to hit 2 years.
Wow,
I know.
going steady.
I'm picky.
Archie comic books. You ever read any of them?
Not read them, but heard all about them and seen them.
Do you know who Veronica and Betty are?
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
When I was a little kid and I read that, I would see that word Veronica, but I said to myself, I would read it for a couple of years. I thought I pronounced it myself, Vorcula. I don't know why, but it looked like Vorcula.
All right.
Let's see, blue suede shoes. You've seen my blue suede shoes.
Blue suede shoes.
Don't step on my.
Yeah, like Elvis.
Yeah, do anything you want, but stay off of
I
my
just
property.
learned about those shoes last night.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
They were referenced in a movie. So, yeah.
No.
Who's there?
Dewey.
Dewey who?
Do we remember these?
What?
All right. So
No.
I got to tell you. Now, let me ask you this. Do you know the Staedtler Brothers?
Now I do.
Now you do just because
Yes.
of me.
Because of you.
Right.
Which is good. You're making an impact in my life.
See, the Staedtler Brothers. See, you've learned about the Staedtler Brothers and the Oak Ridge Boys.
Yes.
Because of me. Okay, so the Staedtler Brothers, the Oak Ridge Boys and Staedtler Brothers, both of them incredible, both of them totally different.
Right.
And so the Staedtler Brothers, they had some songs they wrote. The two that were actually brothers, and their names weren't Staedtler. It was Don and Harold Reed.
Okay.
And they wrote the vast majority of their songs. And so one of their biggest hits that they ever wrote together was a song that we're going to put a link on the show notes.
Okay.
So that people can go and watch a video of this or listen to the song. But I'm going to give you the words
Okay.
that they wrote. See if you recognize these words, okay? Saturday morning cereals, chapters 1 through 15, fly paper, penny loafers, Lucky Strike green, flat tops, sock hops, Studebaker, Pepsi, please. Ah, do you remember these? Cigar bands on your hands, your daddy's socks roll down, sticks, no plugs, and aviator caps with flaps that button down. Movie stars on Dixie cup tops and knickers to your knees. Ah, do you remember these? The hit parade, grape chouade, the Sadie Hawkins dance, pedal pushers, ducktail hair, and peg in your pants. Howdy doody, tutti frutti, the seam up the back of her hose. Ah, do you remember those? James Dean, he was keen. Sunday movies were taboo. The senior prom, Judy's mom, rock and roll was new. Cracker Jack prize, stars in your eyes. Ask daddy for the keys. Ah, do you remember these? The boogeyman, lemonade stand, taking your tonsils out. Indian burn, wait your turn, and 4 foul balls, you're out. Cigarette loads and secret codes and saving lucky stars. Can you remember back that far? The boat neck shirts and fender skirts and crinoline petticoats. Mum's the word and dirty bird and double root beer float. Moon hubcaps and loud heel taps and he's a real gone cat. Ah, do you remember that? Dancing close, little moron jokes and cooties in her hair, Captain Midnight Ovaltine and whip at the county fair. Charles Atlas course, Roy Rogers horse, and only the shadow knows. Ah, do you remember those? And here's the last verse. Gable's charm, frog in your arm, loud mufflers, pitch and woo. Going steady, Veronica and Betty, white bucks and blue suede shoes. Knock knock jokes. Who's there? Dewey. Dewey who? Dewey. Do we remember these? Yes, we do. Oh, do we? Do we remember these? Is that killer?
You are so clever.
Well, I'm not clever.
That's
It's
so smart.
It's Harold and Don that were clever.
Wow.
And I look at that and I think, man, to have put all that and rhymed all that and made, and it really is to this day, it's a killer song. And so you'll hear it as soon as we get off the air here.
Wow.
I'm going to play it for you. But I thought about this when I knew we were going to do this.
Right.
I'm just going to ask her questions from that song.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you remember, if you go back and listen. I rhymed as we went through it. Because I'd say,
You asked if I remembered them, like all that.
I would say, see me up the back of her hose. So do you remember those? I mean, just like I used their lines.
Wow, I feel so oblivious.
But, Harold is gone now, but I still I got a text from Don. In fact, get this, I got a text from Don last night saying he had just watched one of the videos that you edited.
Oh, really?
And just laughed and laughed and laughed. Just one of
the reels?
The scamming thing. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where we took the telephone call and messed with them. But so he is just still a great guy, writer, and
that's
and
really
then-
cool though that he
still-
texted you the night before this.
yeah, and I still see Jimmy Fortune occasionally.
I saw your podcast with him. I watched it. I caught
Right.
up. So
Got one with Don too.
yeah, I watched that one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for doing this, Matt. Go ahead and tell me I won.
I had no idea what you were up to, even the entire time.
He was
reading
dying
that.
laughing back there.
But that was very clever. So, I mean, I tried to keep up with the points as much as I could, but the questions were also coming so fast, it's hard to change the cameras, make sure everything's going well. But you win, hands down that time.
Wow.
Emily,
Yes.
so you've got one, Andy's got one. So you're going to have to bring something cool to the table next time.
Yeah.
Big
Gen
playoff
Z.
sometime
Yep.
coming up in the future.
We'll do a playoff
Yeah.
and
yeah.
see who takes that one.
Well, I got some help this time from Don and Harold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did.
I sure did. Those guys, I tell you, the funniest thing I ever saw in my life, just like traveling with somebody that I wasn't a part of. I was just watching them. They've got this one song. I won't tell you what it is until I kind of you won't know the song, but I'll play it for you after we get through.
Okay.
But I was with them on a corporate date, and it was a funeral home convention. People that ran funeral homes.
Interesting.
And so the Staedtlers had this big hit song, and they would usually have it in the middle of the show sometime. But that night, they came out, and the very first thing they did was sing that song. And you had never seen an audience go crazy. All these funeral home directors, and they came out going, I'll go to my grave, loving you, loving you, loving you. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. And so,
Wow.
I mean, they sang that song, and those people went nuts.
That's
hey,
awesome.
thank you for being here.
Yeah, I have fun. We got to do it again so then we can do a
we'll
tiebreaker.
play it off, and I'll win. I'm Andy Andrews, the professional noticer, harnessing common sense and wisdom to plow through challenges all the way to an answer for you and for little Emily Isbell, who we appreciate very much. And I think that'll do it for this week. Get us out of here, Matthew. So, ladies and gentlemen, and to the boys and girls who aspire to become ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of another episode of The Professional Noticer. In a world where common sense has become a superpower, I'm harnessing that tiny bit of mental energy I have for you, seeking wisdom, making observations, and endeavoring to answer tough questions in a way that will empower your family and your business. I'm Andy Andrews. Until next week, goodbye. This episode of The Professional Noticer was produced by Matt Lindpers. The Noticer theme, written and performed by Sugarcane Jane. Fried okra, provided for the cast and crew by Twinkle and Smoke of Beverly Hills. Additional financial consideration provided by the new and improved Nuggets of Truth by Hamilton Farms. Are you hungry? Hungry for knowledge and understanding of the universe in which you live? Well, try the new and improved Nuggets of Truth by Hamilton Farms. Dinosaur-shaped battered pieces of chicken are sure to give you insight into any situation in which you might find yourself. Using our patented recipe, we inject nootropic enhancements into the birds as they're being raised. Therefore, when you eat the enhanced bird, the nootropics open up your mind and allow you to see right through any problem in your way, or at least color it purple. Yes, they are basically fried chicken vitamins. If you love eating chicken from traditional fast food establishments but actually want to feel good about your dietary decisions after doing so, the nuggets of truth are for you. And they're easy to prepare. They come in a frozen bag of 24, ready to pop in the oven and open up that sluggish mind of yours. Order today. You'll also receive our patented Kernels of Wisdom, popcorn lightly dusted with Adderall to keep you feeling sharp, awake, and ready for the day ahead. Just put them in the microwave until the popping stops, and you're good to go. The Kernels of Wisdom make an excellent side dish to the Nuggets of Truth. Call toll-free 1-800-WAKE-UP to receive your free sample combo pack. Try them today. Nuggets of Truth and Kernels of Wisdom. Results may vary. Hamilton Farms is not responsible for lawsuits or incarcerations of those using our products.